Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. Here we are, unfortunately, with the news. If you are a British fan or just a fan of Emma Raducanu, she has crashed out of the US Open, unfortunately, in the first round to Alize Cornet, 6-3, 6-3. And the reigning defending US Open champion that had the fairy tale US Open, the first qualifier to ever win a Grand Slam, unfortunately, goes out in the first round this year. As you can see, 6-3, 6-3 was the scoreline, but the scoreline, just looking at it, doesn't tell the whole story, really. Alize Cornet, she came out to fight. She came out to play today, and she played really well. I think Raducanu was a little bit like a deer in the headlights, a bit. Seemed like she was nervous starting off the match. Cornet didn't even have a very good serve, and she was still, look, you can see 9 double faults from Cornet over the course of the match, and some of them even helped gift breaks to Raducanu. I mean, you can see in this first set, there were breaks of serve for both players, 5 breaks of serve in total. Alize Cornet hitting some incredible shots, though. When Raducanu thought she had the point one, some firing volleys or some firing forehands, and Cornet's reactions to half volley lob Raducanu, and they were just landing just on the baseline. Perfect shots from Cornet, and she was getting the crowd going as well. An absolute fantastic atmosphere there. Really, really excited to see Emma back on the court. And the crowd really wanted her to turn it around in the second set. And she was nearly doing it. She came out, she had a bit of a medical for some blisters on her hand again. But she did come out fighting. And Cornet did help her out as well, though, with some, quite a few double faults. 3 in one game, actually, that led to a 3-1 lead. But Emma couldn't take advantage, unfortunately. And she did. Well, she lost 5 games in a row, and it was Alize Cornet who, and in the last game, I mean, some incredible tennis from Cornet, recovery skills like I've never seen before from Alize Cornet, and it feels like she just has just an element of desire. She was saying that she planned on finishing her career at Roland Garros next year. Well, she's had one of her best years on tour for Grand Slams, and she's really, really playing well. And I couldn't wish it for a better person on the tour than Alize Cornet. Jose Morgado straight in, saying Emma Raducanu's title defense of the US Open ends in the first round of the 2022 tournament as she loses to Alize Cornet 6-3, 6-3 on Armstrong. The 19-year-old Raducanu will drop to around 80 in the WTA rankings at best. And we'll need to rebuild all over again, hopefully with less expectations. Exactly right. And he's nearly right. He's nearly there. She's down to 79th in the rankings there, just above Harriet Dart, who, well, probably will overtake her if she goes a little bit further at this US Open. Chris Goldsmith saying Raducanu this year, a bag of nerves. It stopped her a lot from playing freely in many tournaments, matches she could have won, but she didn't. She needs her friends and families around her now to distract from the media negativity she will probably receive. And yes, there's tons of it out there. Everybody's so quick to come out and criticize Raducanu. I mean, I didn't realize you could receive so much critique. She hasn't ever come out and claimed to be the best player in the world. She just played an amazing tournament last year at the US Open. And now, just because the media have dressed it up that they want her to be in the spotlight, everybody feels they have to cast this element of negativity if she doesn't play well or she doesn't live up to that standard. For me, people who thought this was an upset today, you need to take a look at what their records have been this year, really. I mean, Raducanu won 13 matches, lost 16 matches this year, 6 won on hard court, 9 lost. She actually had the most favourable on clay, which is pretty crazy. And Alize Cornet, 21 wins, 20 losses. And if we go over to like the Grand Slams for this year, you can see Alize Cornet, quarterfinal, her first ever one in Australia, round 3 at the French, round 4 at Wimbledon. And then we go to Emma, well, all round 2s, apart from today, which was just a round 1 defeat. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, to be honest. Considering where she came from last year and blew onto the scene, she was an unknown entity. Now people know about her. Now people can plan for her. And Cornet definitely did that today. I think that Cornet is just a better player right now. And the better player definitely won today. And she definitely showed Emma what it's like to play a player who never gives up in any rally. And that's what Cornet showed in abundance today. She never gave up. And you can see this through her career because she's setting records. 63 Grand Slams consecutively she has played in. Would have been 64, but obviously Wimbledon wasn't held. That's incredible. I mean, she is just literally persistence personified. I feel like she just keeps working hard, and she's just a lovely person, Alize Cornet. So I wish the best for her. All the best in the next round against Siniakova. Emma Raducanu fans are coming out. Do you know what's going to be fun? The climb back up. And I like that positive outlook because, yeah, this time last year, maybe before Wimbledon, before the US Open, she was like 300 in the world. No one knew who she was. Now time to go on the ascent again. There's no pressure. This one coming out. Did John McEnroe just say Emma Raducanu went from hero to zero because she lost in the first round? This is why young athletes are having mental health issues. Wow. I mean, if he did say that I don't think that's the right thing to be saying to somebody at this point. I mean, from really to zero? I don't think so. I mean, she's going to be a hero to quite a lot of people for what she managed to achieve at the US Open. I think it was incredible. She could retire tomorrow, and she's got more Grand Slams than probably 90% of all women tennis players ever anyway. So it's one of those things. Like there's going to be negative. I've been through Twitter. It's just horrible. There's just an abundance of people saying one hit wonder and all of this. Like it's just needless negativity. Everybody loves to like kick somebody when they're down, and I don't even think she needs to feel that hard done by. I think Alize Cornet played great today. She was the better player. She's been the better player all year, and the better player won. This one from Charles saying it was always going to be tough for Emma Raducanu to defend a US Open title, and unfortunately she lost rhythm and form, and she lost in straight sets in the first round. First time since 2017 a defending champion went out from this stage. The better player won. I agree with Charles completely. The better player did win. And he said the media will not talk about this often, but Emma Raducanu hasn't won 3 games in a row since she won the US Open title last year. That's poor. She lost more than she has won this year. Yeah, we went through that. And she'll need to regroup and go back to basics, after this loss. Yeah, she really will. I think it's a very valid point. Thanks for pointing that one out, Charles. She'll be aware of it. Her team will be aware of it. But I feel that there'll be less pressure now. Like people will know that she's not going to be high ranked. Yes, she won the US Open, but there's going to be other people. Like you can see, like people like Sophia Kenin. She won the Australian Open. I don't see many people getting on her back as much as they are on Raducanu. Is it just because she's got all the sponsorships? Because all the brands want her, people want to see her have a fall from grace. But I think that's just a very negative. If you pour negativity out into the world, then you're just going to get a lot of negativity back. I think you should think positively in life. That's not the way to go. Let's talk about something positive on that note. Alize Cornet, a super slam season, as tweeted by Roland Garros. Halep at the Australian Open. Ostapenko at Roland Garros. Swiatek, she ended the long unbeaten streak of Iga at Wimbledon, and now she defeats the reigning champion in the US Open. Incredible. Alize Cornet, amazing. What a year she's having. Her best Grand Slam year, and may long it continue. I'm hoping the best for her in the second round. But let me know your thoughts on Emma Raducanu's defeat in this first round of the US Open. Are you surprised, or did you sort of expect it? And what do you make of Alize Cornet and this amazing record, 63 consecutive Grand Slam appearances, and how she's finally putting out some big Grand Slam results in this, well, sort of penultimate year on tour for her? If you haven't already, whack a like on this video, subscribe to Game to Love if you're new to the channel, and join us for US Open matches coming up all this week.